Get ready to be inspired by the great things happening in rural education. The Rural Scoop will bring you new ideas and innovative solutions. We'll dive into education issues and we'll highlight what's working in your rural communities. You'll hear from a variety of educators, administrators, professionals, and others who will provide relevant and engaging content in each episode. And now, for a special episode recorded at the Arizona Rural Schools Association Conference, here's your host, Ty White.
All right. So the first question to sort of break the ice, sorry, there's no trick questions in there. Would you introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. I am Tracey Beal, the founder and CEO of a nonprofit called School Connect.
Okay. And what brings you to the Resilient Rural ARSA Conference?
I've been able to come to this conference for about 3 years, and I just get inspired every time I get around educators. And these are educators who are in spots all over the state of Arizona who are doing phenomenal work, and they're always looking for innovation. They're trying to figure out how to solve problems in all the unique contexts they're in. So I can't think of a group of people I would rather be with.
So as the CEO and founder of School Connect, what would you like to share with our audience? What do you offer for our schools?
Yeah, sure. I'm so happy to share. School Connect helps schools build a village of support around them. So what that means is local businesses, nonprofit, faith, civic groups. We're trying to get them all around a school in what we call a village of support. So our goal is that whatever the school's trying to accomplish, whether that's recruiting and retaining teachers or increasing attendance or engaging parents more or academic achievement, those partners and those parents have the ability to help the school reach its goals. So that's our mission.
Cool. What are you most eager, what are you looking forward to about this year's conference?
I think I've been inspired in not only, I got to already hear our first speaker, and I think he was really inspiring about personal leadership and resilience. So I loved that. I also have been looking at all the breakout sessions, and I think that there are some real quality opportunities, no matter where your school is or what you're facing. They've got great speakers. And one of them that I want to highlight is Joe Riley, who's here with the ASU Helios Decision Center, helping all of the districts around the state really think through their data and how to use that data for growth. And so anyway, I just love that.
All right. Can you share with us what sort of rural experiences have you had?
Yeah, one of them that I would love to share about is with the Holbrook Unified School District. Dr. Corporich and I have been working together with their principals and their community to do the School Connect model over the last year. And so it's just been a complete joy. I think they really wanted to try to engage their community in ways that maybe I haven't even always gotten to see before. And so I've just really enjoyed how the leadership of the whole town and the school district are working intimately together now. And Robbie says that hasn't happened in all the years he's been superintendent. So it's a real privilege.
Very cool. What does the expression rural advantage mean to you?
Well, going back to that story about the Holbrook Unified School District, when we held our cafe, which stands for Community and Family Engagement, and it's a roundtable conversation between a principal and their stakeholders. So we had a cafe in Holbrook this last year, and every school had their own table with partners. And what was beautiful was all of the decision makers of the town were present. So as they planned, here's our target goals, and here are some projects we would like to do together. You didn't even have to leave the room to get decision makers to say yes or no. It was like, the mayor's over there, the sheriff is over here, the head of libraries here, the business leader, the hospital leaders right here. All of those people were present, and they unified quickly and brought their resources together to accomplish their goals in very creative ways. And I just love that.
It's very cool. Well, one of the guys I talked to earlier said he feels that rural communities can really move the needle a little bit faster. Maybe overcoming bureaucracy, overcoming red tape.
I think that's true.
It sounds like that's what was happening.
That was what was happening. Yes.
One of the things I love about ARSA's yearly conference is that they're going to highlight and celebrate 10 outstanding teachers from across the state. I think all of them are deserving. They've done something to get here. And it makes me think that I want to ask you about a teacher who's impacted you or influenced you in some way.
The story that I'll share about my life is that I grew up in a very broken family context. So I had a mom and a dad who, before they divorced, were experiencing mental health and addiction and abuse. And so neither of my parents were really trustworthy adults in my life. So it was really teachers in schools and faith leaders and coaches who really parented me and helped me kind of see who I could be. And so there was a third grade teacher that I had named Mrs. Voss. And Mrs. Voss wrote a virtue up on it was a chalkboard back in my day. And so it was a quote that they just wanted us to think about. And that quote that she wrote was from Shakespeare, "To thine own self be true." And that quote deeply impacted my life. It comes back even as an adult, as I think about decisions I'm going to make of the person I want to be. So, wow. Yeah. An educator changed my life.
Very cool. You have a really powerful network. I've gotten to go to some of your School Connect events. I'm sure there's someone out there that we need to have at this conference, but they're on the fence or they're not sure about committing time and resources. What would you share with them about this conference that might change their mind?
I've had the privilege of going up to Chinle and down into Cochise County and, of course, in Holbrook. And so I've gotten to see all these different kind of contexts. And I would say that one of the reasons why it'd be super valuable to come to this conference is it's not just the speakers, it's who else is in the room and the connections you make, the network you make, and somebody else is making progress in an area that you want to make progress in, and the opportunity to learn from one another and sharpen each other and come up with innovative ideas. I think this is a perfect place to do that.
Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to The Rural Scoop. Please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe, or even leave us a comment. And be sure to follow on Twitter at Dr. Sadorf. That's Dr_SADORF, so that you never miss a new release. You can also check out previous episodes of The Scoop wherever you get your podcasts. Production support for The Rural Scoop is provided by Chattanooga Podcast Studios. Find out more at ChattanoogaPodcastStudios.com. See you next time for more great discussions about rural education.